Hello everybody, Eric Worre here and welcome to the webinar. I'm excited today to share some things with you because I've experienced and witnessed a true breakthrough when it comes to setting appointments and showing more people what we have when it comes to an opportunity, when it comes to products, when it comes to financial opportunity in the network marketing profession. And as we get started with this, I do want to tell you one thing. Make sure you watch all the way to the end, because at the end of this webinar, I'm going to show you, those of you that are not going to be at GoPro Recruiting Mastery live and in person at the end of November, I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to watch it from the comfort of your own home. Watch it on your computer, watch it on your tablet, watch it on your phone, be able to have that experience. So make sure that you watch all the way to the end. All right, how did this come about? And what are we going to talk about today? There's been the biggest challenge in network marketing, and it has been how do we get people to overcome their fear necessary to go out and talk to people about their opportunity. I call inviting the gateway skill. When you talk about the book GoPro, we spent a lot of time talking about this gateway skill. And reason why we call it a gateway skill is if you don't go through that gate, it's over. If you can't get somebody to take a look, it's over. If you can't get somebody to understand your product or your opportunity, it's over. And so many people struggle. There's so much fear involved in that aspect of our business. People get involved and they're like, they're going to pick up the phone to talk to their brand new person, and they go into one of two different states typically. One is they just verbally throw up on that person. They just blah, 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 blah. Come join my business. You'd be great at this. We can get involved early, and all these wrong words to say. They act desperate. They act needy. Or two, they act scared. They act intimidated, and that doesn't build confidence with the person that's listening, that prospect. Or three, they get ready to pick up that phone and they go, maybe later. They get ready to pick it up again and they go, I don't want to look stupid. I'm not sure if I'm ready. I don't know if I know what to say. So they hang it up. Another thing that happens is they call that person they think is going to join for sure, and that person just, boom, hits them with 15 questions, and they go, oh, I don't ever want to do that again. That made me feel super uncomfortable, right? So there's been all these barriers to getting people to take a look. And understand, once we get people to sit down with us, once we have an appointment inside of the network marketing profession, the appointment is the hard part. Then once you're together with them, all you have to do is point to your third-party materials, share your story, share your product, share your opportunity, point to whatever third-party tools that you have, play them a video, do whatever you need to do, demonstrate your product, whatever it is. That part's pretty easy, but the appointment is hard. So in GoPro, we go through this 8-step process for teaching people how to always be in a hurry when you pick up the phone, how to compliment someone, how to go into the invitation, direct, indirect, super indirect, how to follow up, make sure that appointment's a real appointment. And all of those things are valid. But there's been something that's happened in the last 12 months that has changed the game. It's changed the game. And what I'm about to share with you, some of you are going to say, that's ridiculously simple. Some of you are going to say, I'm not sure if it's even real, and that's okay. But here's what I'm going to tell you. If you'll try it, if you'll test it with me today, and I'm going to give you a way for you to test it today, then the results for you are going to skyrocket. Not only for you, but for every person in your organization. Now, I've been doing 90-day game plans and blitz days inside of the 90-day game plans for quite some time now. And I've done them with large groups, and there's something that's there's been a metamorphosis that's happened in the past 12 months. And it's led me to this breakthrough that I'm going to share with you today. What I would typically do is I'd get people together in a small group, and let's say there's 50 people in the group, and I'd divide them up into maybe 10 teams of 5. And I'd say, okay, now get on the phone and start making appointments. And I'd have those 10 teams compete with each other. And they'd get amazing results when they were doing this by themselves. They had all this camaraderie. They had competition going for them. They had a deadline. I usually give them an hour or two to be able to do that. And they book up their calendar like crazy. But something's happened. And I'm going to share it with you in just a minute. But the biggest thing that I will tell you is times have changed in our world and how we communicate. Think about your world. Think about this. Think about how you use this now versus how you used it even 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Think about how rare it is to hear a phone ring now. You just hear them buzz. Bzz, bzz, bzz. They're on silent everywhere. When was the last time you heard one ring? Remember when ringtones were the big thing? They were huge. And now ringtones disappeared. Nobody even cares about ringtones much anymore. And if people call you, let's say you call your kids, you know, typically your kids aren't answering the phone, but right afterwards they'll send you a text that says, what do you need, right? So they won't answer the phone, but they'll text you right away. What did you need? And then you text them back, and our kids, I think, have trained us as adults that texting is a little bit simpler and easier than a phone call when it comes to communication, when it comes to staying in touch, when it comes to staying connected with people and doing it on our terms. I don't know about you, but even for me, my phone rings, most of the time, I'll let it go to voicemail and I'll text that person, what did you need? Even before I listen to the voicemail. So here's what started to happen. Couple stories. I started to have, in these blitz days, people were making calls and they were getting results. And at our Insanity Boot Camp this summer, I had a lady come up. As soon as we divided everybody into teams, I had a lady come up to stage literally having a panic attack. She was crying, she was hitching, she was like, I can't do this, I can't do this. I'm scared. I'm here to support my husband. I'm scared to death. I don't know what to do. I'm not even on his team. We got divided. We're not even on the same team. This is not what I signed up for, which is typically what a brand new person goes through that same experience when it comes to say, okay, you're going to make some calls now. They go, and they freak out. And I said, look, just relax. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do over the course of these next few hours. If you feel like it, if you feel like it, make a few calls. She says, no, I'm not going to make any calls. I'm not going to make any calls. Okay. What if you just sent a text message to people instead of making the calls? Well, maybe, but I'm not sure. Okay, fine. Just relax. Enjoy yourself. It's going to be fine. Go sit with your husband. It's going to be fine. If you do end up booking any appointments, she says, no, I'm not going to book any. I said, listen, if you do end up booking any appointments, we'll have to count them towards the other team just to make it fair, okay? Well, a few hours later, I'm walking around to these different groups, and she's got this big smile on her face. An hour in, she hadn't done anything. She just sat there quiet as a mouse. But then she slowly picked up her phone and she started to send a text message here and a text message there. Now, in a few hours, she had booked 18 appointments. Her husband had booked like 14 appointments on the phone. She booked 18 appointments with text message. And I was like, wow. And she was on top of the world. Her confidence was boosted. She felt great. Everybody on the team was high-fiving. It was awesome. So that's one story. Another story is I was speaking to a group of maybe 4,000 leaders in a particular company. And I wanted to do a blitz day. But logistically, it was just very difficult to split all those people into teams and do a blitz day for a couple hours. And it just got to be logistically hard. But here's what I did. I told everybody, pull out your phones. And I want you to send a text message to a prospect while we're here right now and ask them for an appointment. Just say coffee, ? Can we get together next week? ? What's your schedule look like next week? Whatever it is. Send a text message out, and once you've booked an appointment, I want you to stand up. Within 10 minutes, the entire room was standing up. 10 minutes, 4,000 people, 4,000 appointments within 10 minutes, boom. And many of them multiple appointments, because once they did one, they wanted to do another. So I've taken that into some of these private breakthrough events that I do, these 3-day coaching events. And I used to do phone call stuff over the course of this last year, and I've done it for my whole career, phone call blitz campaigns. And instead of that, I've switched it to just text message campaigns to set appointments. And the results are unbelievable. So I've tested and tested and tested over the course of this last 12 months before I wanted to share it with you. And I will tell you this. A lot of people like to say in network marketing, we don't have a boss. Okay? You don't have a boss in network marketing. But let me describe to you what your boss really is. Your boss in network marketing is your calendar. You either have appointments scheduled in this calendar or you don't. You're either scheduled to meet with people and share your opportunity or you don't. If this is empty, your business is stagnant. It's not growing. So our goal to start for everyone is to get this filled up with appointments here and there and everywhere. Sit down with somebody for coffee, share the opportunity. Sit down with lunch or breakfast, share the opportunity. Sit down after work, share the opportunity. And from that, you're going to get a certain result, right? So this is your boss. And if this is your boss, our job, our biggest job, the gateway job, is to fill this calendar up, not just for you, but for every person in your organization. So here's the big breakthrough. To schedule an appointment, instead of the phone call, send a text message. Send a simple text message. And I'm going to give you a challenge. By the time we're done with this, give you a challenge to do this today with your prospects. And I'm going to have you go on the Network Marketing Pro fan page in order to be able to post your results as you do it. And you're going to see amazing, unbelievable. You know what it's going to feel like? It's going to feel like cheating.